Welcome back to the GSTL, where we are going to have Ohana as our map. Tier has chosen Curious. He knows it now. He's in the lobby. He's got to get himself psyched up.
And yeah, so we are going to see the next game against a Protoss player. Well, actually the first Protoss that is making an appearance today. Curious against Tier. Our first ZVP. It's not Metropolis, no, it's Ohana.
Yep. I mean, we both decided these were the two maps we would probably see, one or the other. The map choice of a two-player map, though, does kind of indicate very heavy pressure, oftentimes with Colossi. You can expand easily on this map, but you can expand easily on other maps that we had left to choose, like Metropolis, like Cloud Kingdom, so even Antigua. So I think that he may have some sort of pressure build planned.
Do you think that Tier is up to the challenge?
I don't know, man. I mean, we've seen weird builds from him before. We saw a DT build from him last time he played. He does do creative things, and he can... I mean, he might show us one of his gas first DT builds. Who knows? I mean, he has a lot of tricks up his sleeve. Will he play straight up against Curious? If he does, he can do it. It's going to be really, really tough, though, and I think Curious is still by far the favorite here.
I think so, too. Curious is a very strong Zerg, and it's not that I would say that Tier has no chance here, but it's going to be tough for him. And for FXO in general, with Lucky and Lenog already out of the picture, if Curious takes a win here and Gumiho starts, well, to play, and he has still to defeat not only Curious, but suddenly also facing players like Parting and Squill, this is just really tough. So, let's see what exactly Tier can do here, if he can cause a little bit of an upset here and take down Curious. It would be very important for FXO. ZVP coming up on Ohana. Game number 6 at the GSTL. StarTale against FXO. Our Zerg was already able to defeat Lino. Now he's up against the Protoss. At the bottom right, in the red, we have
StarTale Curious.
I'm waiting for a wolf pun.
Don't. His opponent up here at the top left from the team FX Open. He's not Tear, but rather...
FXO.
I gave you an A for effort.
You mean E?
Oh, wow. That was even worse.
Oh, that was so good, man.
No, not at all.
Well, that's that. But do you know that in Hawaiian culture, Ohana means family?
I heard that. Someone told me.
Was it me just now, or
no?
You heard this previously?
No, I heard it. I heard it a few weeks ago.
Okay.
But I have to admit that I kind of forgot about it again.
Well, I'm glad I reminded you.
I was actually told by Sasa that they misspelled Muspelheim. That is actually spelled with an SCH, so in German it would be pronounced Muspelheim.
That's really interesting, actually.
I know, I'm not quite sure if it's true, because Sasa is currently not in Korea, so I could actually not talk to him about it. He just told me on Twitter, and that's why I know it, but apparently he said they misspelled it. I'm not quite sure if it's right, but I will definitely ask him next time.
A lot of people can tweet at us at ProxyWolfNoutKelder and tell us that's true. Oh, this is actually just so frustrating for any Zerg to encounter. Look at that. Look at how he dances in a circle.
That is the most annoying probe ever.
Then he finds out that after the probe leaves, that grass that's in the middle of the hatchery location blocks him as well.
And again!
Wow.
Look at this! Wow, Tier is being so annoying here. He's like super annoying, but he's not gonna get out here.
The flower dies. Fades away.
Okay, this is getting silly. He's even getting... Nah, you can't... Never.
Well...
There's no chance this probe is going to get home alive.
Well, there's...
It has to be punished. It was so annoying. A bad probe. A very, very bad probe. And a bad probe has to be punished.
Oh, the Zerglings are coming back. They want probe. And they...
Oh no!
Oh my god.
You gotta be kidding me.
Oh my god, he gets back.
You got to be kidding me. That I don't know what to say. This is like
MVP man, most valuable probe.
that is definitely the most valuable probe.
That was actually so sick. Double hatch going down now, of course. Oh, this probe is not so lucky.
No, I don't think so. I mean, this is just a fake.
He's going to be able to see that hatchery. Probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
What was that?
I don't know.
I told you, no coffee.
I didn't even drink coffee yet. I only took 2 sips. I'll take a third one right now.
Well, guys, that probe certainly was very, very annoying, and that is not the only thing that's annoying for Curious right now, because Tier has a great start into this game. Okov was with a third base now. We have Curious with a standard build, but everything is just a little bit delayed for him.
Yeah.
And this is not how you want things to work out in the early stage of the game. 33 drones against 28. 28 drones against 33 probes. So right now, the question is, what exactly is going to be Tier's follow-up? And I think he just answered this question with a Stargate that he started. But will it be scouted by his opponent? It's in a very nice position, tucked away to the top left, and I'm pretty sure that this is not going to be spotted.
Yeah, if he wants to hide it, it will be hidden. Every Protoss will show the tech as soon as the Void Ray's out, but that's the moment that's a little bit too late for the Zerg. He doesn't have the preparation set up in time. We'll see what is going to be shown here next, because the Overlord already saw all 4 gases, and what will he do with the Stargate exactly? When will he follow up, and how will he follow up? When is the third base going to go down? Is he going to go into robotics? There's the Robo already at... We just ask questions and he answers, man.
Yeah, those timings are really spot on. So that that Overlord is a little bit lucky. I mean, that would be really weird if Kiro suddenly got so unlucky that he not only got denied over and over again with his expansion, but also lost the Overlord with the last shot. He's going to a really probe-heavy, drone-heavy build right now with his tech already on the way, a little bit of gas build up. But he has to scout what's going on here. So far, he does not really have too much information.
This Overlord will be killed by Phoenixes, and in fact, he is not only going Phoenix before Voider, but he's hiding his Phoenixes. He's keeping them hidden because he knows the Overlord did not see the Stargate tech, and I really, really like this. There's little tweaks that you can do to your builds like this, where if the Stargate is spotted, then yeah, you just do whatever. You send the Phoenixes right away, you try to get scouting with them, whatever. But now that he knows it hasn't been scouted, he waits. Very smart.
This could actually hit Curious really hard. There is a gap in between the Zerglings at the choke point and the Overlord to the left. So if he hits this, then the first sign that Curious will have of the Phoenixes is when they actually arrive at his main base.
He's gonna be like, for some reason...
Oh, wow. Okay, now Tyr is really annoyed.
He's like, I did this on purpose after what happened with the probe
and
earlier.
look, that's exactly what happens. That is exactly what happens. Those Phoenixes are on their way. There is no Spore Crawler. There is nothing. There are 4 Phoenixes. They will hunt Queens. They will start to hunt Queens immediately.
Yep.
With 1 lift, if you have 4 Phoenixes, 1 lift is enough to kill Queens.
And we're going to watch it happen. That Queen, no chance. He's forced spores now. Roach is already on the way. He does not have a Hydralisk then. He probably won't even make one. The robotic support base finished. Second Queen goes down, and he made no additional Queens, so he's going to go 1, 2, 3 and get all 3 of them.
Exactly. Going for the main base right now. 1, 2, 3, all 3 of them die. And that is great. Actually, he's not targeting down the 3rd Queen. He's focusing on drones now.
Which is pretty... It's fine.
Oh, that run by would have actually been succeeded. He would have actually been able to get into the main base at least. Look at these Overlords. They're completely out of position. He can take down every single one of them. But why is he flying back? Does he really want to use them against the Zerglings? Why?
I don't think so. I don't know why he's going back either.
He could have done so much. He could have killed at least 5 to 6 Overlords.
That was actually a really bad choice, to be frank. He could have killed so much. And he actually did go to Hydralisk, which is very unfortunate considering his opponent already prepared for this and has Colossi on the way. Going for Roaches now with the lifts. Like, I understand using the lifts now, but he definitely could have killed more Overlords and just ended the game, actually, potentially.
No, I don't think he could have ended the game, but he could have heavily supply blocked him. And
he still even can do it, but he's not. I'm actually shocked by this. There's like 3 Overlords that he put down to the red and then didn't kill. All right, there's one. He's going to get a second one here.
can take down another one. Yeah, but he could have done so much damage here. He supply blocks his opponent, but he could have killed, like we said, 6-7 Overlords easy. Could have supply blocked him, could have forced, maybe even denied the Hydralisk because of the supply block.
Well, now he's made 9 Overlords, so he thought maybe he was going to lose a lot. That's pretty big. And he sees the Colossi, smartly uses the Overseer's last breath to corrupt, or contaminate rather, the Robotic Support Bay. Twilight Council will allow +2 now, but man is Curious in an awkward position now. He's starting to make roaches. This push, though, will be shut down with good Force Fields and Colossus Micro.
One Colossus, on the other hand, is probably not going to be enough. We don't have range for the Hydralisk, so definitely a position that he can hold. And there's Blink as well. Nice Graviton Beam on 2 of the Roaches. That will help Curious too. Tier 2. Tier is actually doing a really decent job here. He could have done better, but still he's in a great position with the 3rd base up, with the range nearly done, the 2nd Colossus on his way. He's playing really great. I don't think Curious is able to break through here.
No, he certainly cannot. This is actually really just textbook play from late 2010, early 2011, coming out here, just forcing the Hydralisk, then continuing to produce Phoenixes. A little bit of a twist on it, I guess, a little bit of genius in here, but this is very devastating for Curious. He's going to lose a lot of Roaches here. He's trying to make damage happen, but he just certainly cannot. Look at how many Phoenixes can actually just trap these Roaches. He doesn't even know if he wants to commit. You can see a lot of indecisiveness here. Several Phoenixes go down, though.
He goes for the Graviton Beam. The rest of the army takes down the remaining ground forces, and Tier is, well, he's way ahead right now.
Look at the supply.
Not only in supply, but also in tech. We have Blink nearly done. +2 attack has just been started. And at this point, finally Aspire. But Curious, he's in such an awkward position that I don't know how he could actually get back into this game.
He's got no 4th even.
If Tier plays this well, exactly, denies a 4th and just relies on the 3 bases that he currently has, then he should be able to get way further ahead than he already is.
Yeah, that Roach on the Watchtower is a dead Roach. I feel so sorry. When the Roaches squeal like that, I just, I feel for the Zerg a little bit.
You feel for Roaches?
Yeah, man.
You're the first Protoss player that I actually hear that say that sentence.
I feel for him, man. The way they squeal, it just makes me feel a little bit sad for him. That's all I can really say. Oh, that was nice. That time he definitely followed through on the Overlord kill. Yeah, the Spire will allow him to make Corruptors, which is really what he needs right now, and immediately starts 8-9 as it finishes. The Colossus count now up to 4, that 4th one popping out. +2 is about to finish, and he's going to have an upgrade lead here, adding more gates.
Corruptors.
Yeah.
The thing that you have to keep in mind is that also those Phoenixes, well, they provide a little bit of a shield for those Colossi, because you have to take them down as well, so he needs a lot of Corruptors, but this is a lot. I don't want to call them dead weight just yet, but if he overcommits to his Corruptor count, then even when he's able to kill all these units, the warped-in Stalkers that will definitely follow are going to be his biggest problems, because so far he's going for the Infestation bit, but he doesn't have Infestors.
Yeah.
So as long as those those Colossi do a lot of damage, he can follow it up with Gateway units.
Oh!
Yeah, the Queen dies. And therefore he is able to shut down the lava production once more. No injects, and lava is going to be a problem. Here comes Tier, he's moving out, and
he's max.
Curious has to be really careful here. It's not like he can't win the fight. He's still on 200 supply, but he needs a great position here.
Stalker count at 30 right now with 1 Immortal to support. He's got Blink, and he will start to use it.
He needs to be a little bit more careful with this Colossi, though. He's moving back immediately. Curious with a nice micro here, using Corruption, and of course focusing down Colossi after Colossi, but here comes the offensive Blink, and the Colossi did do a fair amount of damage. Those Corruptors will be useless.
Yeah, this is a dead weight you were talking about. He's going to Blink forward again. Oh, no!
Takes down Corrupt after Corrupt. The ground forces are gone. Curious dropped in supply, and here comes the Protoss player.
Yeah.
The Zerg in trouble, does not have enough lava to make this happen. He has a lot of minerals still left, but he just doesn't have the lava to build all these units that he needs.
This probe with that pylon may be the last nail in the coffin. You thought that probe in the beginning was annoying, but this probe will make the pylon that may potentially kill Curious now. He will warp in another round of units. The Infestors are on the way. There are no Colossi, but there's not enough support for the Infestors. He's losing some of his Lings now. This is so tense. +3 is on the way for our pros player. Tier blinks forward again into Lings, but he has the stalker count to do it. They can't even surround because it's so densely packed. There's so many stalkers.
As soon as his cooldown is ready, he can also start to manually blink a few of those stalkers. Well, now we have even the infestors in the picture, but he blinks forward and takes them down.
No support for them. He should not have lost those Lings. And this is probably lights out for Curious.
Tier is really playing impressive here. The Phoenixes that he hit earlier, they really were working in his favor. He took down the Queens, a few Overlords as well. He could have even done better, but it was already enough damage that he dealt to his opponent. Curious is in trouble, and Tier is on a roll here. This guy is just going in for the kill, whereas Curious tries to circle his wagons here, but I don't see the defense working.
No, GG indeed. And
Well played.
We said it. We were like, he can be Curious in a straight-up game. I'm not sure if he will. Well, looks like he did.
Curious got surprised. He definitely got blindsided by those Phoenixes. It was a very tense moment for him. He lost 2 Queens immediately. He only had 3. He didn't build an additional 1. Therefore, his production was a little bit shocked. He lost a few drones, he lost Overlords, and then Curious did not really know what to do. He tried to target down his opponent's natural with a... well, not really target down, but he attacked it with a composition of Hydralisks and Roaches. But at that time, well, Tier was ready. He had the first Colossus out, range was nearly done. He played well.
Yep. Man, there's Mr. Che in the background. I wanted to point that out, but...
I think that Choya is probably just giving him a few hints. He's like, well, if you build the proxy robo at this spot, then...
And if you sing in the booth, you actually feel a lot more confident, I would say. Also, later on, I will teach you how to style your hair like me, and I will get you a nice suit.
I hope not. Nah, well, let's not make fun of Choya. Choya is actually a nice guy, but
he is.
The one thing that I always, every single time when Choya plays, he either gets like proxied or he proxies. That's not every single game, but really often.
I know what you mean. He oftentimes tries to be bold and go out there for his team, and most of the time he is unsuccessful, but he
actually had a couple of really great wins where he came through for his team and where he secured the final wins. But the one decision in the semi-final of the last GSTL season was a little bit weird when he actually kind of chose himself over Oz and lost. That's...
well, let's not
tough.
talk about that anymore.
That's yeah, I guess. Let's just drop that. They're doing well right now.
They are indeed.
Is playing well, but still, StarTale is using Squirtle, and
the crowd goes wild as he is selected the finalist from last season of Code S. This guy has been around a long time. I always remember Squirtle versus MVP from the first Team League during the times when Terminus Re was first introduced. That was epic.
That's going to be so tough. 13 appearances in GSTL and all killed as well.
He's got a crazy GSTL record. This guy is not someone I would want to face. Not in a PvP, not in any matchup. He's put the glasses on.
He's getting serious.
Are they glasses or are they classes? Because he looks really classy when he puts those on, man. Like, he's like that guy who puts the glass on. It looks like he just became more intelligent and more dangerous in a scientific way. I don't know. I'm just saying things, Counter. Sometimes I just say things like it's not really true, but I kind of see it, and I just say it as I'm thinking it. That's what I do. I'm a commentator. Don't give me that look, man. He looks more scientific right now, okay? Everybody agrees. Everybody. There's no doubters out there, I'm sure. I've convinced them all. I feel like we're about to write a book about me called Death of a Salesman, but maybe you'll make it into a play instead. I'm not sure.
Guys, it's so brilliant. Sometimes you just have to sit there and look at him, and he goes off with those raps. He's like completely helpless. And every time he could just stop talking, he digs his grave a little bit deeper. It's actually brilliant.
I enjoy it. I enjoy every moment.
Oh, me too, believe me.
Oh, well, this is going to be a sick PvP. Tier has so many tricks up his sleeve. I wonder what Squirtle's going to show us. Now, Squirtle is not a sniper choice here. He is a solid pick.
He is definitely Well, he's not only a strong player, but, well, Naniwa is living with the guy, and he says he's by far the best player right now in the entire team. He called that Skrill would play in the final long before Skrill actually qualified, even before the group stage. He said, like, he thinks he's going to advance the farthest. And this didn't change, so now we have a Protoss versus Protoss coming up in Cloud Kingdom. We have the GSTL FXO against StarTale.